Range Rover DPF light won't go out, okay? Whether you've had it cleaned, um, uh, like, I don't know what you've had done with your Range Rover, okay? Or maybe the mechanic's not sure, can't find the problem, you don't fancy taking it to the main dealer. Or you want to check your throttle body, because the butterfly, okay, where it obviously opens and closes, it can actually shift. So you'll find when you take the cover off at the front, you'll push it and it'll be stuck. So you need to basically get a crowbar. You got to do it safe and you got to know what you're doing. You got to obviously you need the hooks on the end to shift it back over. Then they'll start working again. Then you can clear your light. Because a lot of people are getting new DPS and getting them cleaned, and still having the same problem. And a lot of people are not looking into the throttle body, and they're about £600 new. They're quite easy to change because you know they're usually straight in front of you. But you always want to ask your mechanic, okay? You can do it yourself. Is the butterfly, they do shift. By looking at it, you might not think so. So just literally crowbar on it, shift it over a little bit if it's stuck, and you'll probably find it'll start moving. Some people do slightly just shave the edges off. Most of the time you don't have to do that, just stick it in, shift it over, and that'll allow you to clear your lights, whether you've had a clean, a new sensor, whatever you had done with your car. That is usually the problem a lot of people are facing is them throttle bodies, is the butterfly shifting over, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss that. I hope this video helps you guys, and check that first, okay? And you'll probably find that's the problem. And what I'll do is I'll try link below to the guy who I learn all my stuff from. I would say he's probably the best in the world right now. It's O'Reilly's Autos. He's the main guy. I learned everything from him. What your pressure should be. And do not do a force regen, guys, because that's where you're going to probably crack your DPF and you're going to have to spend thousands on a new DPF then. So you want to check, obviously, your vaporizers are not blocked. You want to check the pressure sensors are not blocked. The pressure sensor itself, the hoses can actually split as well. So if you're looking at the live data and you see it jumping about or idle, it could be a split hose. So you want to check that too with a mighty vac and a smoke machine. So yeah, you want that about you want it under 10 psi at idle. Yeah, your DPF pressure, and you want it between 50 and 60, about 3,000 RPM. Obviously, most DPFs or blocks are not going to be that. You could be looking at like up to 400 psi acceleration, but then after you clean that properly with DPF cleaner, using 130 psi of air on the well, depend usually on the Range Rovers, you can do that through the sensor, through the bonnet. If it's blocked, you can get a long bit of metal on a drill and clear that. A non-intrusive way sometimes which works, you can squirt fluid down the pipe and just leave it overnight and see if that blocks and blow it through air, blow some air through it. That can sometimes work. So yeah, you got to make sure you know your vaporizers are not blocked, your sensors are working. Make sure the hose pipe isn't split. That's why you look at that data. And then after you clean it, you've got to then get it under 10 psi at idle and 50 and 60. Then you tell the car then to have a new DPF. But remember, if you have like a glow plug module gone or ambient temperature sensor, things like that, it won't do a forced regen anyway. It just won't do a normal, just a regeneration on its own. You get it all cleaned, guys. You can even get new parts. You can get it all done whenever you want. But if you have that ambient temperature sensor gone, guys, believe it or not, it's all going to come back and cost you a lot of money again. So you must fix them problems first. Any sensors on the car that do with temperature and things like that. And obviously the glow plugs and the glow plug modules, you've got to get all them fixed first because you're just wasting your time. And I would do that first before you do that. So yeah, Do not do a forced regen, okay guys? Avoid it at all costs. So I hope this video helps you, and I'll put a link below to what I'm talking about with the throttle body needed shifted over. So if you're doing a DIY job, you can do it yourself. And I'll stick a link to a computer that should be able to reset your DPFs for you after you do this as well. Thank you.